the question I've been thinking about. I was like, should I ask it? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I will. Okay, so once again, 2 questions. I normally don't do this, but since a lot of you guys, I figured it kind of gives you time to think and then answer. So for the person who doesn't really know, like, they keep hearing you guys say creative. Those of us, those that are streaming online right now, that nobody's streaming online, that was a joke. For those that don't really know, like, I don't know what my quote unquote gifting, my creative expression is, where does that person start? Right? And so that's question number 1. And question number 2 is the question that's kind of been rolling around my mind. I shared with you guys earlier about me singing. I don't sing. So for those people that are not good, but they still want to do something, what do you say towards that? Because not everybody's talented at every area, you know?
Yeah.
I can't just go up there and try to play the piano. I mean, I'm okay at it. I don't think I'm great, you know? So whatever it is, there's a lot of different things that people want to try, but they're just not good at it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm doing this unto the Lord, but it's like, you're not good. So I don't know. You guys are the creators. Let me know. Let me know.
That's a
positive.
yeah. That's great. Can I answer? What was the first one again?
The person, how do you start?
Okay. Can I answer the second one?
Yeah, whichever one you want.
Well, for me, I say I want to answer the second one because it's funny to me. I started singing a few years ago, and then I stopped because I'm not like the greatest. Like, I ain't got training and stuff. I know. Let me. Can I finish? Can I finish?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, let us switch you.
Come on. So anyway, I tried out for my worship team at church.
Oh no!
I ain't make it past round 1.
Oh.
And I could have been like.
She being humble right now. She didn't make it.
I didn't make it past round 1. And I remember in that moment just being like, Lord, why do I feel like I should be singing? Why do I? And it was kind of like he let me know, this is for me. Like, make a joyful noise for me. Yeah. And even through that process, I began to see, like, there's power in me just releasing a noise in a room. Yes. It might not sound the best to somebody else, but there's still some spiritual activity happening. So my thing is, people might have desires, and I do think I'm still going to sing in the future.
Yep,
Hear me.
Yep.
But for those people who are not yet good or not good, keep going. If you really feel like God is saying this. I think it links back to the intimacy and identity, because you can hear God. Like,
yes.
So if he's still leading you to try, maybe the reason that you're trying is different than what you originally thought. Maybe it's not to be on a team, to do a thing, to release a thing, but maybe this is your way of connecting with him in quiet moments. So I wouldn't discourage somebody from trying still. If you feel like if people been, you should probably not sing, you should probably stop. If somebody's told you that, maybe you'd like take it back to the Lord, say, this person told me to stop singing.
Yeah.
Should I stop, or where should I sing? I've seen those questions, like leaning into him. Like we have a saying at Mercy Culture, lean into awkward, because it builds trust. And so when awkward things like that happen, lean into it. So for me, I ain't make the team. I had to lean into that space to say, God, what happened? Because I really thought he had told me to try out. And what it led to, though, was me, through that, he was like, no, I want you to do this in prayer, join the prayer team, and then from there, like, I loved it. So
can I piggyback on that? I think that I'm so glad you said that. You gave that example. It's because you might do something privately, you know, say you might sing or you might draw, and let's use drawing. It's stick figures, but it's unto the Lord. And someone sees it and they're like,
that's great. Cute.
That's cute. You know, like, but like for both of singing, like, if you haven't heard her sing, I love her voice. Yes. And one of the things that I love about God is the fact that he didn't let her on the team, because that was a redirect. Because he was like, well, no, like, I don't want you in this vein, but I kind of want you somewhere else. Yeah. Which, if your identity was tied to it, it would crush you and you would never do it again. Right. But when you have that, like, like you said, the intimacy with the Father. He's like, okay, you're constantly giving it to him. Like, Lord, I know this is something that I have. I know this is what you're speaking. I know this didn't work out, but I give it to you again. It opens just possibilities to be like, oh, this is something that in the lane. Like I can, like if you're going to hear her voice soon, but like she has such a unique voice. I can hear it on records. Like I can hear it in songs. So I'm just like, yeah, you weren't supposed to be on that stage. Like you're supposed to be on something else, you know, on, like worshiping on worship stage.
Yes.
On that stage. But yeah. But yeah, so like it's a great example to be like, don't give up. Like constantly give it to the Father. Now, if you, like she said, if you get those remarks like, so if you have honest people in your life and they actually tell you, like, hey, this it's not really sounding too well. Take it, apply it, and see if you can go do classes or go, go do these things. And if it doesn't get better, maybe seek the Lord and doing something different. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just to kind of go off of that, it reminds me of like how many believers probably have that experience, and then they just say, "Well, I'm not a singer," or because they want to honor the Lord with their talents, that they do something like that and step out. And then basically like close the door to that whole like part of their heart or their life because they got to know, or, well, it's not in God's house and it's supposed to be pure. So like, I can't do it. And that kind of leads like into the whole passion of like our community is a huge part of the passion of our community is to equip people to go outside of the church and to take the presence outside of the church. And so I think that starting somewhere to find your creative expression, you really have to ask the question like, Lord, what pleases you? Because you can't really look at like a certain box, like, do I do this or this or this? Just to like ask him what pleases you. And it's funny, I think the things that he brings up that like he reminds you, the things that you love to do, or even the things that you're like great at. Like even you said like, I like unlocking people and like helping whatever. And it's I think that we kind of have these avenues that we think like we can be creative in, when really he's saying actually like you're really great at activating people, and because you do your hair awesome, like you connect with whatever the connection is. So I mean, as far as like the singing and all that, I do think it's like it is a journey. So keep saying yes to the Lord, no matter what. But that is kind of what I've been doing recently, is just like what pleases you, because I'm passionate about so many things. I'm not good at everything. I love doing so many different things. So I'm like, Lord, what pleases you? And there's times to watercolor in like my journal time, and I'm not selling that artwork, but actually I might be passionate about it like next week, and he might be like, I need you to go give that to somebody, or I need you to like take a picture of that and post it. Or like start a little side gig. And so I have to be ready to like say yes to the Lord, because whether I think I'm good at it or not, like if I'm pursuing the creative avenues, then it unlocks my obedience,
I think you just answered question one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What pleases
So
the
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. And I think it's good because I think something that came to my mind while like y'all were talking is I think that two things that the Father desires in whatever we do in life, whether it's creative in nature or we think it's not, is humility and endurance. And I think it's something that if you start in something that you have like no development in, like whether you're gifted or not, like the development will only come through one, humility of you being humble and being willing for a season to not be so good at something. And then from there, through that, developing the endurance that it's going to take to go through like tests and things, because it's all going to happen. And so I guess to Joshua, answer your question, those would be my two pieces of encouragement. So for your singing, just be humble and have endurance.
I gave up on that a long time. I gave up on that a long time.
Oh my gosh.
Lord, we pray for fresh wind.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right. Come on.